Hey, what are we talking about? Huh? What's good? What's going on, man? It's your boy B, and we back in this mud with another reaction video. As you guys see by the title, man, how good was Larry Bird actually? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments right now. Is Larry Bird better than LeBron James? I'm curious. Today I just seen on Twitter, LeBron James is one of like the most high-end paid NBA athletes in the league right now. Is Larry Bird better than LeBron James? Let me know. I know it can be a hard comparison. I will argue this. LeBron James is definitely more athletic than Larry Bird. We can all agree to that. But I'm curious, is he actually better in basketball than him? Let me know in the comments. But with all that being said, man, we're going to check out this video, man. If you guys enjoy the video, enjoy the reaction, y'all already know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Click the bell icon. Click the bell icon. Make sure you turn it on all so you don't miss no bangers from your boy B, man. We're going to be dropping a lot more Larry Bird content over here, man. It's a lot more stuff that a lot of y'all want me to check out about Larry Bird that I see in the comments. So if it's something in particular you want me to check out, let me know in the comments. It don't necessarily got to be Larry Bird. It could be another NBA player, something way back in the day. Because I'm more so of like I'm not old school and I'm not new school. I'm like in the middle. I'm like that middle class. Like my favorite player is Kobe. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like in that in between. I know a lot of new school players, you know, people or the generation, they like LeBron James and stuff like that. So that's why I asked the question in the beginning. But enough talking. How should get into it, man? Larry Bird, what we got? What we got, big dog?
Larry Bird was one of the best players to ever touch a basketball.
You know what? We missing something. This is very disrespectful. Hold up, my bad. My fault. I got you. Yeah. All right, let's get to it.
Together with Magic Johnson, the biggest NBA star of the 80s. What made him so successful considering he was quite unathletic? And how would he fare in today's NBA? Did he win just because his teams were loaded? And where does he stand among the best shooters of all time? Watch the rest of the video to find out.
Let's see it.
A hick from French Lick. Bird was born into a poor family in French Lick, Indiana, a town of 2,000 inhabitants. Larry grew up a shy, introverted kid who didn't talk much.
Shout out to Nonstop Sports as well, man. Appreciate you for putting this together for us.
And he did most of his talking on the basketball court. He grew up to 6'9".
Look at Larry, man.
Small forward. But with his understanding of basketball, he could play whatever position he wanted. Larry finished his high school career as the best scorer in school's history, and he could choose where he wanted to go to college. He started playing for Bobby Knight at Indiana University, but didn't like the spotlight and being around so many people. He then settled at Indiana State University, where the pressure was much less than with the Hoosiers.
So he switched schools because he didn't want the... Damn. Usually people like want all like the clout and the fame and the... Hey, Larry might be actually different, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Facts.
Larry averaged 30.3 points, 13.3 rebounds, and 4.6 assists in college. 3 points, 13.3 rebounds, and 4.6 assists in college. The Sycamores were invincible in Bird's senior year and became the #1 team in the country with a 33-win streak. Their only loss came in the 1979 NCAA Finals, where they played against Michigan State, led by senior guard Urban Johnson. Despite 19 points from Bird, Magic and his teammates celebrated the title in what was the most watched college basketball game in history at the time. Bird was named the Collegiate Player of the Year, leaving Indiana
I want to
State
see that game.
5th-ranked NCAA scorer of all time.
Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird, college. Let me know if y'all want me to watch that. If they got it, let me know.
He was already drafted, as the Boston Celtics selected him in the NBA draft in 1978, hoping that Bird, who qualified for the NBA as a junior, would skip his senior year. He opted to stay in Indiana, and when he finally arrived in Boston, the Celtics looked nothing like their championship selves, with consecutive losing seasons. Bird then single-handedly caused the biggest turnaround ever seen in the NBA at the time.
Damn.
Boston improved their record from the season before by 32 wins and finished with 61 wins and 21 losses. Before.
Oh, I look at the lineup, man. Look at the lineup, bro. That's tough.
By 32 wins and finished with 61 wins and 21 losses. Although his arch-rival Magic Johnson had an impressive season and won the title with the Lakers, Bird was named the Rookie of the Year with the average of 21.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 4.5
So 9 less
assists.
points from college.
He also made the All-Star team and first-team All-NBA, and even finished 4th in the MVP voting, and proved he could transform a
How many rings do Larry got? Let me know in the comments, bro. Let me know in the comments. How many rings Larry got?
Great one.
I'll pin it. The first one they commented, I'll pin it.
After Bird's rookie year, the Celtics had a busy offseason. Legendary Red Auerbach worked his magic and brought 2 new faces to Boston that would form one of the biggest dynasties in NBA history. Auerbach robbed Golden State by sending them the 1st and 13th pick in the 1980 draft in exchange for center Robert Parrish and the 3rd pick, which became Kevin McHale. Along with the newly formed Big Three, the Celtics also had an all-star point guard, Nate "Tiny" Archibald, young and athletic forward Cedric Maxwell, and a few well-integrated role players.
So is it fair to say that Larry Bird team was stacked? They making some recruits. They got one of the best guards in the league.
That made the team complete. The head of the snake was, of course, Larry Bird, who was second in MVP voting, en route to a league-leading 62-20 record. The Celtics avenged the loss to the Sixers from the previous year, and after a tough 7-game series in the Eastern Finals, they were in the NBA Finals once again. There they would be met by the Houston Rockets, led by prime Moses Malone, who was arguably the best center in the league at the time. Malone averaged 23 and 16 in the series.
Damn,
the Celtics were too good of a team and would win the title with 4 games to 2.
Man, they got this man in the head a lot. That's crazy. Yeah, they playing real physical. Like I can say that it was way more physical back then. Like, and they probably got away with some other stuff. But like, yeah, basketball back then is crazy. I ain't even gonna lie.
Points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists for the series. But the finals MVP went to Cedric Maxwell, who led the Celtics in scoring with 18 points per game. And when everybody already saw the new Green Dynasty, 2 bad years ensued. Despite Bird's all-around excellence and McHale's improvement, they once again were the #1 seed in the East. Bird was the All-Star Game MVP, but Philadelphia retaliated for a close defeat in the Eastern Finals. And this time, they won in 7 games. The year after, the Celtics regressed even more, finishing as a 3rd seed and getting swept in the 2nd round by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Damn.
After that, Coach Bill Fitch resigned and was replaced by Casey Jones, who won 8 titles in the Bill Russell era as a player. The change bore fruit. The team was refreshed with the young shooter Danny Ainge and veteran point guard Dennis Johnson, and played the best basketball in the NBA, finishing with a 62-20 record. After 3 years of coming in second, Larry Bird finally won the regular season MVP with 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds,
average some more points,
6.6 assists on average. The Celtics steamrolled to the finals, where a known foe awaited. It was, of course, Magic and the Lakers. The title was decided in Game 7, where Larry Bird led the Celtics to their 15th NBA title. Bird was named the Finals MVP, and he finally had his revenge over Magic, who defeated him in the NCAA Finals of 1979. The following season, the Celtics were even better in the regular season. Bird repeated as MVP, and McHale repeated as the 6th man of the year.
So Bird got a lot of
MVPs again, with the same opponent. After the Celtics won Game 1, 148-114, in a game that was dubbed the Memorial Day Massacre, it seemed like the Celtics were going to dominate the Lakers and repeat as champions. However, the Lakers had other plans, especially Kareem was determined to defeat the Celtics. Kareem averaged 25.7 points, 9 rebounds, and 5.2 assists in 6 games, on 60% shooting. And the Lakers have finally won the NBA Finals against the Celtics for the first time in 9 tries. 1986, the greatest Celtics team ever and the pinnacle of Bird's career.
1986.
After the finals loss, Auerbach made another clever move. He traded Cedric Maxwell to the Clippers for Bill Walton, once one of the most talented centers in the league, who accepted the role of a sixth man on the Celtics, while Kevin McHale moved to the starting lineup. The Celtics won 50 out of 51 home games that year, which is a record that still stands
Only lost
and
one?
likely will never be broken. Larry Bird experienced the absolute peak of his game and basketball brilliance in 85-86. He deservedly won another MVP and became the only player other than Wilt.
He got a whole bunch of those stacked up at his crib right now. A whole bunch of them.
Bill Russell to win the award in 3 straight seasons. The 85-86 season birthed several games that proved the endless basketball genius of Larry Bird, and most notable is the left-handed game. Before the game against Portland, Bird surprised his teammates and journalists by saying that he would shoot the whole game with his left hand
I remember this.
He wanted to motivate himself for a relatively meaningless regular season game. How much did he score? Just 47 points, 14 rebounds.
Just 47 points. Yo, that's crazy.
7 assists with a game
with his
shot,
left hand,
and 22 points scored with his left hand out of sheer boredom and fun. And those are the reasons why he was called Larry Legend. Apart from that, he also scored a career-high 60 points on the Atlanta Hawks earlier in the season. Almost everything he put up toward the basket went in, and he got into such a zone that the Hawks bench jumped off their chairs and cheered, after which they received hefty penalties from the Hawks coach, Mike Fratello. Throughout the game, the commentator noted that what he was watching was the biggest shooting exhibition in basketball.
You're doing something special when the other team get hyped, that your opposing team get hyped. You got to be doing. You're great at what you do. Matter of fact, you're fantastic, and that's not even in my vocabulary, but we're gonna say it today. You're fantastic in what you do. You know. Just keeping it 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? The other team is getting hype, and they probably losing. You know what I'm saying?
History. And at the time, it truly was. The Celtics won 67 games in the regular season and lost just 1 game in the playoffs on their way to the finals. There, they would be greeted by the Twin Towers of Houston, Ralph Sampson, and Hakeem Olajuwon, who defeated the Lakers in the West Finals. But nobody could touch the Celtics that season, who were one of the most talented teams ever assembled. Bird was 2 rebounds and 3 assists shy of averaging a triple-double in the finals, and he deservedly won his second Finals MVP. Final years, injuries, and the Dream Team. In 1987, the Celtics had a very difficult season. Their number 2 pick, Len Bias, tragically passed away after the draft, and they suffered many injuries during the season and the playoffs. But Larry Bird was too good, and they still advanced to the finals after 2 7-game series against the Bucks and the Bad Boy Pistons, where Bird made one of the most legendary plays and stole the inbounds pass from Isaiah Thomas. They won a crucial Game 5 for the Celtics. And in the finals again, it was the Lakers for the 3rd time in 4 years. Because LA was much more rested coming to the finals, the Celtics did not have enough gas in the tank to stop the fast-paced showtime. Bird delivered another 24, 10, and 5.
That's unlucky, though, man. That's unlucky, man. His team wasn't even healthy, and he still took them to the playoffs and to the finals. If I'm not mistaken,
LA was much more.
He said they made it to the finals.
It was the Lakers for the 3rd time in 4 years. Because LA was much more rested coming to the finals, the Celtics did not have enough gas in the tank to stop the fast-paced showtime. Bird delivered another 24, 10, and 5 for the series, but it wasn't good enough, and Magic got the best of him once again. Next year, Bird had maybe one of the best statistical years of his career. He averaged 30 points on 50, 40, and 90 shooting, a feat he achieved the previous year as well, proving that he's the best shooter who ever played at the time. The Celtics reached the conference finals, but it would be their last hurrah as the Pistons finally got over the hump and managed to beat them. In the offseason, Bird sustained a severe back injury from chopping wood back home in Indiana. He was one of the best basketball players in the world, who had millions of dollars, but he was still the hick from French Lick, who chopped his own wood when he needed to, and I respect him even more for that. The back injury and surgery on both Achilles tendons caused him to miss almost the entire 88-80.
So Barry had a back injury, and the Achilles ain't nothing to play with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Damn, that's crazy, bro.
89 season. lick. He chopped his own wood when he needed to, and I respect him even more for that. The back injury and surgery on both Achilles tendons caused him to miss almost the entire 88-89 season. However, even debilitated, Bird was better than most players in the league, and despite needing to
How old was Bird 88 and 89? How old was Bird roughly in this time period, man?
stretch for more than 2 hours to be able to run, he was still very productive. He was named an All-Star each of the last 3 seasons, along with some memorable performances, like a game in the 1991 playoffs where he suffered a concussion, but then pulled a Willis Reed and came back to the game, scored 17 points in the second half, and won the series for the Celtics. Unfortunately, the toll on his body was getting too much to bear, and he ended his career in 1992, when he finally became teammates with his good friend
1992. So in 88 and 89, he had the injuries, and then 3 years later, he was like, "You know what? It's time for me to retire, man."
Magic Johnson on the Dream Team. Bird flew off into the sunset with the gold in Barcelona, retiring as the best small forward and the best shooter to ever play. Legacy. Trash-talking god, top 10 player ever. One of the most famous Larry Bird trash-talking stories is from the 1986 three-point shooting contest when the legend...
We're gonna get to this video as well. We're gonna get to Larry Bird's trash-talking. I got y'all, man. I got y'all. Just stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on all when you click the bell icon so you don't miss the video, man. I got y'all. That video coming soon.
And asked all the other participants who's coming in second after him. Of course, he went on and swished near every three-pointer and won, all without taking his jacket off. Bird would win the three-point shooting competition the next 2 years as well. And before Reggie Miller came along, there was no argument he was the best shooter ever. On the 26th of December, 1990, Indiana's Chuck the Rifleman Person said he's going bird hunting before the Celtics game. Bird replied that he got a Christmas present for him. While Chuck was on the bench, Bird got the ball
I remember this.
in front of the Pacers bench. He hit the jump shot, turned to Chuck, and said, "Merry effing Christmas." And that's who Larry Bird was, and how he talked. He was the ultimate competitor, and he had all the skills in the world.
Get in your head.
He'd tell players where he would get the ball, what he was going to do, and then do it. And there was nothing they could do to stop him. He accused the opposing team of putting a white guy to guard him because he felt that was disrespectful. And if you watch Space Jam, you know that Larry isn't white. He's clear. Bird would drink the bar under the table. Sometimes he'd fight people in the bar as well, and then go to the game the next day and dominate as if nothing happened. Bird was a unique player.
Nigga, what? Hold on.
Because he felt that was disrespectful. And if you watch Space Jam, you know that Larry isn't white. He's clear. Bird would drink half the bar under the table. Sometimes he'd fight people in the bar as well, and then go to the game the next day and dominate.
So you go to the bar, turn up, get a little drunk, you know what I'm saying? The next day, you know what I'm saying, you probably got a hangover too, still come in and perform. That's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
As if nothing happened. Bird was a unique player, and there was nobody like him. At first glance, his moves look almost clumsy, far from physically dominant or athletic. He rarely dunked, his vertical was average at best, and he never played exceptionally fast.
Caught a body, though.
Down. In basketball terms, he was nothing special. From the neck up until the end of his fingertips, he was pure genius. There's no doubt that he would be a great player in today's era, where we can see players like Doncic and Jokic dominate the game without great physical talent. Bird was one of the top 10 players who ever played, and one of the best pure shooters ever. He was the best player in the NBA for almost an entire decade, despite the brilliance from Magic and the athleticism of Michael Jordan. Like Magic Johnson said.
That's what I'm saying, like, it's the athleticism is what would carry LeBron versus Larry Bird, who's better. Athleticism will carry to, you know what I'm saying?
There will never be another Larry Bird.
Nah, he's unique, man. He's unique, man. That Bird unique. How good was Michael Jordan? Bro, it's so many 10 best plays to never win an NBA championship. Bro, like, we got so many vids to check out, man. I just ask y'all hit that sub button, turn the notifications on all when you click the bell icon, man, because I'm dropping them. I got you. Sub, man, so you don't miss the content. With all that being said, you guys go. How good was Larry Bird, actually? We will never see another Larry Bird. You heard him at best. That sentence didn't even, you heard him at best. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. How good was Larry Bird? Larry Bird, GOAT. As we all know, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the action, make sure you hit that like button, man. Really means a lot. Check out one of the vids on the screen. It's definitely a banger. Personally, I wouldn't miss it if I was you. It might be some more Larry Bird. Who knows? Who knows, you know? Appreciate the love, support. I'm always in the comments showing love. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions below about the video. And I catch y'all next video, man.